This is Transformers 4, Age of Extinction, Generations Voyager class, Autobot Hound. The figure is part of the second wave of the Generations Voyager class figures from the new Age of Extinction toy line. Here is the packaging. A quick look at the back. He's the bruiser, the weapons specialist, weapons hauler, much like Rock and Roll and G.I. Joe. And there's the bio. And he transforms into a Oshkosh personnel carrier, munitions and personnel carrier. The other fantastic figure in the wave. So, I'll put that there. Autobot Hound. Wasn't expecting this guy to be called Hound. He's obviously the muscle and the weapons guy for the team, and heavy munitions expert in the team. And just wondering why they called him Hound. In the old cartoon, Hound was like a scout. He was sorry, I apologize for that. It's been a while since I cleaned the Transformers. Anyway, he's a scout. One of Optimus Prime's light infantry troopers, and he's not really a big bruiser like this one, so I'm not entirely sure why they called him Hound. We'll put him off to the side just for a little bit longer. However, there is a character in the Transformers cartoons that looks a little something like this guy. Bulkhead. This is the Bulkhead from the animated Transformers animated show. This is the Bulkhead from the Transformers Prime and Beast Hunter show. This is Hound. So go figure why Michael Bay opted to call him Hound instead of Bulkhead. I don't know. Maybe it was I don't think it's a personality problem, because this guy was like cool. He was like a, I don't know. He wasn't like a, hey, you're joking. He's like a joking, meaty guy, like a bouncer. He's not like that. So this guy, based on the trailers, he was like, he had a cigar. Come on, a cigar? Really? A Cybertronian that smokes? And a beard? I mean, I could see the beard on these two guys, but I mean, leave it to Michael Bay. He's the guy who put dreadlocks on the Decepticons, and he's now put beards on Autobots. Go figure. I mean, these are all human traits. I don't know if he's just trying to say that the Transformers or the Autobots are trying to blend into the into the surroundings of Earth, not just in alt mode, but also in robot mode. I'll never understand that. But anyway, look at this. I mean, they look Cybertronian. There's not a hint of, well, there's a little bit of human aspect to it, but not as much as this one. I mean, this guy looks like a beefed up Rambo. Again, a very human cultural aspect, which is just really curious. Anyway, so here's a size comparison. This is the first class Bulkhead. The robots in disguise and Beast Hunters is a little bit smaller. So it's about this scale. This is the animated version, so he's sort of in between. But he does look small compared to the two. Even this guy looks bigger than him. So we'll put that away. Just this size comparison. All right. So here he is. He's obviously the munitions guy. He has. I have him holding his main weapon, which is it's a triple-barreled phalanx gun. Like a Gatling gun on steroids. I was wondering what this piece was for, and if you watch the YouTube channel, on Transformers YouTube channel, their designers talk about their new creations. One of them was Hound, and one guy has it, has the Hound figure holding the phalanx gun this way, so like a repeater gun. So that's pretty interesting. I wish they could have put it in instructions. I mean, not all kids are going to go to YouTube and watch reviews and channels and videos from Hasbro Transformers. So, you know, it would be nice if you put it on the instructions. They don't even show you how to fully assemble all the weapons. They just show you a picture of the weapons connected on the figure. That's what the instructions have. So it's really up to you to figure out how they managed to do that, which kind of sucks. So that's one of my not big, just a small complaint about the about this figure. So the two sort of heavy barreled, or what is this, grenade launching pistols, they peg on like friction pegs onto the side of his hips, which is annoying because they just really flop and fall off. It's okay. He's got two more extra pistols that sort of get holstered onto the inner leg, just like how an FBI agent puts his small sidearm, like that. He also has two shotguns. Look at that. Is that like 5 barrels, 4-barrel shotgun? The instructions say you plug them here. Well, at least the picture says. I'm plugging it this way because I'll show you later. You can plug it this way, or like I showed you in the beginning, you can plug it this way to make it look like he has got a little bit of wings or thrust, whatever. The instructions say that you have to fold these handles, and then you gotta plug it in this way. Okay, that's all well and good, but it is a pain just trying to flick out. If anybody knows a better way to do this than hurting your fingers, I know I'm being a sissy, but for a kid, 8 years old, okay, maybe they have big hands, but I mean it's very hard. There's not, I mean, I think the intent was really for you to use your fingernail and flick it here, but you're gonna break a nail just trying to do that. It's pretty hard. So my advice is just, if you don't need to fold it, don't fold it. So a little bit of a few minor complaints with the weapon system, but even this one, the picture just shows that the weapon is like here. But how do you plug it in? Do you plug it in his ass? I mean, like this? Or there's no specific instruction. You have to be creative and just figure it out. This is the best I could think of. I mean, I'm not even sure if that's correct. Or, I mean, if you want it's really up to you, I suppose. They want you to be creative. Yeah, whatever. So, there. And then he's got this Rambo knife. I mean, even the knife is so human. I mean, come on! How can you be more human? I mean, he's from Cybertron. You're saying that Cybertronians influenced the weapons on Earth like 8 million of years ago? I mean, okay, fine. I watch a lot of Ancient Aliens on the History Channel. Okay, fine. Whatever. It plugs in here. I'm sure you can plug it anywhere else. Maybe up his ass. Yep. You can do, not his, yeah. Okay. So that's one minor complaint. My other minor complaint about this figure is the feet, the way they molded it is that there's some ankle supports, but if you don't pose him this way, he's not gonna stand up. Like if you try and pose him, he's just, the way the feet have been molded, it's such at an angle that it needs a little bit more length for you to support the figure when he's in crouch stance. He has to be like that just to get him going in a stance because of the way the feet have been molded. So very, very minor. On the good side though, fantastic sculpt. It's as close to as you'll get to the movie. I mean, and I get what people are saying. There's hardly any panels on, I mean, vehicle panels on this guy. So if you're a Hasbro designer, if you see Galvatron, and how do you design it? I mean, with Galvatron, they decided to do a shell former, or a snail former, as I call it. But this one, see, they allowed themselves to put some panels. And I really don't mind this as much as the Galvatron figure that had no panels on it. I mean, I like the flawless thing, but I'm glad they didn't make this a shell former. No huge backpacks, no nothing like that. Everything collapses neatly and smoothly. These two panels are kibbles, yes, I agree, but they look more like boxing mitts or not bear claws, but like armor plates on him. So I don't really mind having that, even if in the CGI rendition there's no plates. So that's what I'm saying. That's what was my point with the Galvatron review, that you could do this and it would still look like a legit Transformer because of the panels sticking out. I mean, it's not just so much that, oh, you gotta have panels sticking out for it to be legit. I mean, I just didn't like the fact that there was the whole truck cab. You just insert the figure and that's it. You gotta find more creative ways to do this and fit it there. So there you go. Articulation for the figure, I'm glad they gave him a waist joint. They didn't have to. It's not part of transformation. The transformation joint is really this double hinge. But I'm glad they did that. Thank you, Hasbro. The head is on a swivel. It's made of a soft PVC material that allows you to bend it to swivel his head despite having a beard. So that's great. He's got a swivel shoulder, double swivel shoulder. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got almost a double jointed elbow because of, I don't know, because of the mold. There's a structure underneath all of this soft PVC material that will allow you to support the hand and rotate it, and at the same time allow you to see this part of his arm rotating. So hand is on a swivel joint. He's got a ball hinge or ball joint for a hip. He's got a thigh swivel, hinge knees, and rocker joints. Just the swivel rocker joint, not a it's a sort of a fall rocker joint. So very, very nice. I'm very pleased with this guy, despite my complaints about him. Okay, the gun, you can assemble it into a massive, gigantic, ginormous weapon that he can use. And to do that, you don't need to do that. You just, again, let's try and see if we can fold this. Connect the two shotguns here, like that. There has to be a way to get rid of the handle without straining your fingers or breaking a nail or something like that. And then the two pistols, which he can hold every single hand. I mean, he can hold every single weapon on his hands. This is very, very cool. I love the fact that Hasbro decided, they said that the gun, this whole idea of the gun was because a lot of Transformers fans love to customize, and this is their way of giving back to the fans, the customization fans, that, hey, you can customize. Thank God they didn't turn him into a masher. Everybody loves those masher figures. Anyway, so you put the knife to act like a bayonet, and then the two revolver grenade launchers are there underneath. So there you go. You can hold it this way like a big weapon, or again just hold it from the main handle like that, and it looks great. Look at that. Kick some Decepticon ass with this weapon. Oh, the other thing I also forgot to mention, his arm is a little bit crooked. I don't know if that was intentional. Maybe it is, but it just looks weird. It's hard to pose in that way, but it's fine. Still fine. Okay, so we'll disassemble this, as you'll see later, because we'll need to connect them again. Okay. So to transform him, very intuitive enough. But you still need, the instructions do a good job in telling you how to do it, but you still have to figure out a few things. So first thing you want to do, I'm going to go ahead and fold these. Just form the legs. Make sure they're all straightened out. Make sure the thigh joints are all straightened out like that. Because if you don't, it's not going to fold in correctly. Okay, then what you do is you want to go ahead and fold out his chest like that. As you can see, that's already the undercarriage of the car, of the Oshkosh. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to go ahead and form the panel of the truck. The truck's panel is right here, right there, and on his plates of his arm. So what you want to do is you want to align everything like that. The instructions tell you a 2-3-way step of rotating everything, but what you want to do is just rotate everything. The missiles on his, or the shells on his bicep, just rotate it inward. Fold it like that. Same with this one. This one just there. It doesn't tab in. It just doesn't tab in. It sort of like stops right there. And then go ahead and unfold it this way. So you must have a straight panel like that before you begin to try and assemble it. So that's one side done. Go ahead and unfold the wheel for that side. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. It's easy. Just go ahead and do that. Align all the panels. They're going to tab in. Just be patient with it. Like that. Go ahead and rotate this. And then this one just stays like that. Okay. Go ahead and unfold it. And then mount it like that. And they all just tab in nicely. They're supposed to just tab in nicely. Okay. On my copy of the figure, there's a little bit of trouble just pegging in the panels together. I've had a little bit of a trouble doing that. I don't know why. I think there's some misalignment in the assembly here and there, but you get to see a little bit more gaps. I've seen the YouTube video of this one of the designers. Their figure is flawless. It just folds nicely like that. Unfortunately on mine, it just somehow doesn't do it. I don't know if I'm going to buy another one just for the heck of getting one that folds neatly, but maybe not. I'm pretty happy with the paint apps on this one. I've seen paint apps on the forgot to talk about paint apps. The only thing you should worry about is like the eyes. Make sure they're painted on squarely. Come on. The blue on the eyes are just painted squarely. And then here, there's a lot of scratching on this chest piece. So that's the thing you got to worry about. Other than that, paint apps are okay. So go ahead and fold this out like that. I'm going to go ahead and just tab. These things like slide underneath those panels. So you got to sort of squeeze them in. There's 2 tabs right there. They squeeze into the back panels and right there. So again, as I mentioned, on my copy of the figures, there's a lot of gaps. It's small. It's just negligible, but I wish I had as little clearance as possible on them. But what can you do? Then lastly, the head. Go ahead and fold the wheel on the other one. The head goes like this, and then sorry. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, right there. Okay, right there. Squeeze it in, and then just fold this guy's head right there. Is that it? Okay, right there. It hides him neatly. There's a big gap, but at least the head's not seen. So, and here he is. I'm sorry I forgot to bring my Voyager class Sentinel Prime. That would have been a nice comparison. He's about the same length. I can tell you right now. So again, there's a MechTech port right here, but none of the weapons have MechTech pegs. Except, see, nothing. It's kind of weird. Now you gotta attach everything again. The pistols, each one, the smaller pistol goes to the revolver pistol, and they attach here on this side, like this. Same on the other side, like that. The knife, I suppose you can put it like that. I don't know, maybe. Or you can hide it somewhere. We'll put it here for the time being. Okay. This one transforms in very, very nice fashion. Just fold the rear handle in, detach the lower handle, and just fold it up like this. It's a nice little fold-up gimmick, and you mount it invertly. This peg goes into that, and these 2 pegs right here, they go here. So just align that properly, and you should be able to. Yeah, just as I say, it's easy. Yeah, here we go. There we go. All right. And then the folded up shotguns, they just tab in here. It's difficult to fold them. It's difficult to attach them if you don't fold the handle. So I guess you'll have to fold the handles one way or another. And then again, the knife, we'll just put it here. Okay, and there is Hound all armored up in his Oshkosh carrier alt mode. So very nice. I'm sorry the video went long as always, but I do love this figure. Except for all those small things I mentioned, this figure is still gonna get a solid 9 out of 10 for me. It's not perfect, but I still like it. It's still gonna get a good score from me. And you know, between this one and Galvatron, this one is obviously the choice. You gotta spend your money on this one and just screw Galvatron. Just buy it on clearance if you really must have another Galvatron figure in your collection. So there you go, folks. Very, very nice. Oh, it rolls well enough, so pretty cool. Hardly any paint apps on the alt mode except for these pieces, which is fine. Oshkosh, really nice brand right there. Let me see if I can focus on that. Very nice. So, very nice. Absolutely. One of the Voyager figures you have to get. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video review. If you did, please click thumbs up icon on the bottom. Follow me on Twitter for my toy purchases, Instagram for my toy sightings here in Manila. Check out all my video reviews on this channel, Chefatron. This has been the Transformers 4 Age of Extinction Generations Voyager class Autobot Hound. Thanks for watching.